Last time you had a glass of water, do you remember where it came from? Did you get it from the faucet in your home, or did you have a glass of water in a restaurant? When you drank that water, did you stop and ask yourself, is this safe to drink? Did you think about whether or not that water was going to make you sick? Most of us don't ask those questions. In fact, those questions don't even cross our minds. We don't have to wonder if the water is going to make us sick, so we don't even think about it. But in much of the world, that is not the case. Over 1 billion people lack access to safe drinking water, and billions more have access to buy safe drinking water, but they don't have the resources to pay for it. As a result, they drink dirty, contaminated water, and far too often, parents are forced to give contaminated water to their children, not because they want to, but because they have no other options. And unfortunately, because they drink contaminated water, most live their lives in a constant state of sickness. Worldwide, the leading cause of death for children under the age of 5 is diarrhea caused by drinking contaminated water. In fact, approximately 1.5 million under the age of 5 will die this year from preventable waterborne illnesses and the malnutrition and starvation that go hand in hand with the lack of access to safe drinking water. That's about 1 child every 8 seconds. This is an enormous problem, but we are working to change that. Our mission is to assist local church partners to bring physical, social, and spiritual transformation to their communities by providing safe, sustainable drinking water solutions in the name of Jesus Christ. We install clean drinking water filter systems in churches, schools, medical clinics, and orphanages that are connected to churches throughout Latin America, but our particular emphasis at this time is in the country of Guatemala. Why Guatemala? Well, first, that's where God put us. But Guatemala is the most populous country in Central America. It is home to more than 16 million people. Most of the people live in rural areas, and according to data from the World Bank, 60% of Guatemalans live below the national poverty line, earning less than $400 per month. And 12% live in extreme poverty, earning less than $2 per day. Both food insecurity and chronic malnutrition are pervasive. In Guatemala, 97% of the rivers are contaminated. The poor of the country, who depend upon streams and rivers for drinking water, are left to drink a parasitic-infested liquid that wreaks havoc upon health. Tragically, it also causes the death of 1 out of every 20 children before the age of 5. The impact of intestinal disease in these children and families leads to a host of other issues such as stunted growth, lost work days, and missed school days. Given Guatemala's young population, half under the age of 18, the result is a societal-wide catastrophe of lost potential. Approximately 49% of the children in Guatemala are chronically malnourished. This is the 4th highest rate in the world. But in the indigenous communities where we do most of our work, that rate is closer to 70%. Although infant and child mortality has been steadily decreasing over the last 4 decades, child mortality is still 70% higher than any other country in the Americas. Our partnership with churches is essential to the success of our mission. Churches are ideal locations for water projects because they are stable, trusted, and generally located right in the middle of their communities. And we are able to share the gospel of Christ in the context of building a clean water system. The water systems we install are installed following a request from a local church and the local civil authorities. They are operated in the community as a micro-business. The revenue generated from the sale of water provides employment opportunities, sustains the operation of the system, and goes right back into the community. We have found that lasting water solutions can only be achieved when local role players, the private sector, the church, and the local government are supported. Now, some of you may be wondering, why should I care about this? Well, to answer that question, I would say that while it is absolutely true that we all need access to clean water, good health care, decent education, and a living wage, the reality is that we also need something far more profound. Whether we realize it or not, we all are longing for an intimate relationship with God, for a sense of dignity, for community and belonging, and to be able to use the gifts and talents He has given us to develop creation. The truth is that most of us in North America are blessed beyond the comprehension of most of the people in the developing world. And the surplus in our lives can make a tremendous difference in the lives of others. We have been given much, and the Bible tells us that to whom much has been given, much will be expected. The question then becomes, how will we spend what we have, and how will we use the time He has given us? In this, Christ is our example. He gave up everything for us, and He calls us to do the same for others. You can be the answer to the prayers of others who are in great need. Please join us in this work. I promise, if you do, what you give will be returned to you, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. I can't say enough how important it is for people like you to join us in these trips. We have, at this point, 65 water systems that are operational in Guatemala that we support in one form or another. Every one of those systems is visited every single month. To date, we have surpassed 6 million gallons of clean drinking water produced by those combined systems. Again, this can't happen without teams that are volunteering to go with us, and we go on a monthly basis. And we'd love to have you come and join us on one of our trips.